Hi everyone and welcome. In the previous video we have covered Modbus TCP IP device data logging to the CSV file using JavaScript. Now in that video the code we have used, which was minimal code, okay, very basic code. Now in this video we are going to cover the same topic but with little advanced code. Okay, you can configure multiple register types, you can configure polling interval, you can specify the location, and CSV file will be generated with the year, month and day hierarchy. Okay, so everything we have updated in this code. And if you need this project, then you can purchase this project from our Buy Me Coffee shop. You can click on this link and it will be navigated to our Buy Me Coffee shop, and from here you can purchase this code. Now this project will log your Modbus TCP IP device data into the CSV file with the narrow format. So narrow format means we have total 4 columns or maybe 3 columns: timestamp, tag name and tag value. Okay, and for wide format the number of register is equal to number of columns, so that will create heavy CSV file, but we are using narrow format to simplify the CSV file structure. Okay, now let's see the readme file for this project and let's see the demo for this project. So here is the project folder, mbtcp to CSV file data logging using JavaScript. I have updated this code on 17th September, and here is the project details. Now here you can see Modbus logs folder. So inside this folder, whatever the year, it will automatically create folder for that year, and then whatever the month, it will auto create the folder for that month, and then it will create the CSV file for that particular device. Now we will open the CSV file using Notepad++, and here you can see the first column is the timestamp, second is register name, third is the register value, and the fourth is register type. It's a holding or it's an input register. Okay, you can also log the data for your discrete input status or coil status. That is also possible with this project. And here you can see it is logging the data at interval of every 1 second. So every 1 second it will log the data. You can change the interval in the config file. Okay, let me show you this file in the Excel. Okay, so this is the file. Now you can format the timestamp column to include the seconds as well, and then you will have the data with precision. So let's see how to log the data in the CSV file using JavaScript. So first of all, once you get this code from our Buy Me Coffee shop, you have to modify this config.json file, and if you want to understand the project, then you can go through this readme.md file. Now let me open the entire folder in the VS Code. Yeah, so this is the entire folder, and here is the readme file. Now you can get the idea of this project from this readme file, that how you can configure your config.json and how you can start the project and how your data will be logged in the CSV file. Okay, and here you can see the hierarchy. So whatever is your folder, okay, it will create the year folder, it will create the month folder, and inside that month folder your file will be stored. Now this was the legacy, that it will store the data in one single location, but now we have modified to store in this hierarchy: year, month and day. Now let's see the config file. So here is our config file. First of all, you have to provide your Modbus device connection parameter, name, IP address, port number and slave ID. Name is optional, okay. And then after register, so the first register block is for holding register. Number of register is 5. Okay, you can see starting address is 0 and the quantity 5. You have to provide the register name as per your application, and this block is enabled for data logging, and that's why we have the enable flag true. Now the second block is for the input register, same 5 quantity. I have updated the tag name, and this block is also enabled. Now the third block is for the coil, if you want to log the coil status, and the fourth block is for the input coil, if you want to log the discrete input status. Okay, you can create multiple blocks for holding register, input register, coil and discrete input. That is possible. Okay, and whatever block you want to enable, just set this enable flag as a true. So here you can see coil block is false, okay, and input coil block is also false. So this code will not log the data for this to block. It will only log the data for the block which is enabled for the data logging. Okay, and here on the CSV folder, you can see you have to provide the path of your data logging folder, and here is the interval, at what interval you want to log the data in the CSV file. So I have kept it 5000 milliseconds, so it is 5 seconds. So every 5 seconds it will log the data into the CSV file. Okay, so let's minimize this. Okay, and let's open the terminal in this folder, and first of all we will run the command npm install to install, okay, to install necessary library and packages. Okay, so npm install is a command, and then after you have to run the command node index.js to run the main JavaScript file. But before that, let us simulate our Modbus TCP device. So I'm going to open Modbus slave software. I will open my holding register simulator and input register simulator. Here we will go to connection and we will set up Modbus TCP IP device on port number 502 with the IP address of 127.0.0.1. and here you can see the data is simulated, and in the config file we have provided the same detail: IP address, port number and the slave ID, and we are going to log input register and holding register data into the CSV file. So that's why I have simulated those two things. Now let's start the project. But before that, here in the Modbus logs folder, you can see we have the year 2025 and we have the month 09, but today is October 1st. Okay, so we don't have this folder here, so it will auto create the folder of October month and it will automatically log the data into the CSV file, and it will also generate the CSV file, also add the header, everything. So let's run the index.js, and here you can see connected to device 1. Okay, if I refresh it, okay, here you can see the October month folder is created and our CSV is also created for 01 October 2025. Okay, and for the device 1. Now I can open the CSV into my Notepad++, and here you can see the data is getting logged at every 5 seconds. Now here you can see 11, 11 plus 5, 16, 16 plus 5, 21. Okay, now in the edit or in the view, you can enable monitoring tail. Okay, and here you can see the file will auto update at every 5 seconds. So here you can see data is getting logged into the CSV file. The first column is the timestamp. Okay, second column is the register name, third column is the value, and fourth column is the register type, that we have the input register or we have the holding register. And here is the tag name: holding register tag 1 and input register tag 0, tag 1 and tag 2. Okay, so this is how you can use JavaScript to log your Modbus TCP IP device data into the CSV file. So I hope this is clear that how this entire code is working. Okay, and if you have any question or any doubt in this, then you can always ping me on Telegram, Instagram, WhatsApp, anywhere. And if you want to get the code, then I have explained that you can get it from our Buy Me Coffee shop. Just click here and it will be navigated to our Buy Me Coffee shop, and you can get the code from here and you can support us. So let's meet in the future videos, and in the future video, the same way we have created the advanced code for the SQLite data logging, so we are going to cover in the next video that how you can log your Modbus TCP IP device data to the SQLite database using JavaScript. So same SQLite data logging we have covered in the previous videos, but that was again very basic and minimal code. So we are going to cover the advanced code for SQLite data logging as well. So let's meet in the future videos. Till then, take care, goodbye, and thank you.